3. 5 red lights, and we're away here for round 19 of the US Grand Prix.
Duck, duck, goose, found a pussy in a dollar bin. Guess you forgot your galana bin. Can't get loose, get your guts, got your tongue again. Rope burn on your hand, are you numb yet? I can go and get medication. Morning night, I can deal with it. Every night, I can make it like
That's a comes around the final corner for the last time to take the win at the US Grand Prix. What a drive from him, no penalties either. Unstoppable there from Jerry, incredible.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video here at TT Motorsport. It's that time of the week again, it's top 10 moments. This time we head off to USA, only 3 races left, so everything's getting quite close in the championship. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. Top 10. We've got Thompson versus Curry. Thompson, also known as Michael, here in the wet conditions of our Timborne race. At this point in time as well, there's a bit of a crossover period between the wets and the inters. Michael on those wet tyres, making full advantage of the tyre advantage that he has over Curry, who's stuck out on those intermediates, and gets better traction out of him. And down this straight, he's using ERS trying to pull that gap to just get ahead of Curry and into the braking zone. He moves across the right hand side and goes up a place into P9, get past the Ferrari driver there. On to number 9 we have Rebel and his switchback from our tier 2 race, on board with Rebel here. He's got Small Hands behind him. Rebel's starting on those hard tyres as well, whereas Small Hands is on the softs. So the advantage is in Small Hands' favour at the moment. As you see in his rearview mirror, he's just gone to the left, dives down the inside, but Rebel, wise, lets him get the position and then gets a good switchback through turn 1 and down the hill into turn 2. He has regained the place that he lost there. Great wits there from the tier 2 driver to pull off that re-overtake. And on to number 8 we have Rebel again, who keeps it ahead. As we're about to see here, coming into the final corner of the last lap, he gets hit from behind from M Still, a little tap there, but it makes him lose a load of time to the drivers behind. So as he looks behind, he's got Steve JD going past M Still and GB292, the teammates battling behind. And then up into turn 1, he goes around the outside, keeps it around the outside, goes a little bit off track, almost loses it, but keeps it all pointing the right way, and goes from, potentially losing 3 places there to keeping his original position. So good car control there from Rebel. On to number 7, we have Shifty, learning from his co-tier 2 driver how to do a good switchback. And he actually does a switchback on Rebel, so giving him a bit of a taste of his own medicine. Into this hairpin we go. Looks like Shifty's got ahead, but Rebel on that right hand side gets better drive out the corner. Shifty goes for the first lot of the switchbacks. Through this tight and twisty section, gets hit a bit wide, but actually helps him get a tighter line through this second hairpin, and up past Rebel he goes, putting off an excellent switchback move there. On to number 6 we have Dave versus Gunner Part 1. This is from our North American tier, fighting for the lead, on board with Dave at the moment, with Gunner ahead. Dave in the McLaren, Gunner in the Haas, repping the USA team in F1. And now Dave is gaining into this hairpin-like corner. He goes around the outside, brakes much later than Gunner there, and actually gets decent traction around the outside, which now turns to the inside, and he pops ahead for a minute there, but Gunner gets better traction on the outside, it seems, and he sticks it with him, and now Gunner has this inside line to just push Dave wide. He leaves him enough room, but just, lets him know that this is my P1, you're not going to take it. and defends his P1 there very well from Gunnar, and good racing from both of them. On to number 5 we have M Still, showing off another great start here in the Tier 2 race, starting 13th. The lights are out, not making up any positions yet, but he's just biding his time, making sure he stays clean. Looking around the outside, probably the better way to go. You don't want to be on the inside and get pinched from everyone. As he just threads his needle through, making up 2 positions there, makes up a further position on his teammate and another driver, making up 4 positions there at the start, just like threading his way through the pack. Another great start from M Still. I think we saw it last week as well. At Japan he had a good start, and yeah, great to see that he avoids the chaos. On to number 4 though, we have Dave versus Gunnar Part 2. Exactly the same spot, but a very different outcome. Dave looking for that DRS, ERS last lap as well, so both drivers are giving it everything to try and win their home GP effectively. Now down the outside he goes again. Can he keep it with him? Gunnar again squeezes him, but just leaves them enough room. Great respect over the 2 drivers as they now come through this tight and twisty section. Looks like Dave's slightly ahead. Gunnar's still on that inside, and Dave is a lot further around this time. But Gunnar dives it down the inside, again leaving him just enough space. But Dave is not quite done yet. As Gunnar goes wide, he gets a massive lot of understeer, and it actually forces Gunnar to pick up a penalty there, and Dave goes on to win his home race. But yeah, great driving for the lead there on the last lap. On to number 3, we have Furby making an opportunistic move through Sector 1. Sector 1 is normally not a place where you see overtakes apart from Turn 1. Coming through this S's-like section here, Brownito Supreme goes wide, and he's able to go around the outside of this left-hander. A fantastic move there, making up places from the other driver's mistake. On to number 2, we have North American Tier, once again, with TTM Adler versus Pogs. I think this is the first time TTM Adler has submitted a clip, and it was a good one. So, but on board with AlphaTauri, behind Pogs in the racing point. Coming through this long, like triple apex right-hander, Pogs goes wide, Adler is able to go around the outside, which then turns to goes down the inside, which then turns to the outside, and he does him on the brakes into that corner. Great move there from TTM Adler, moving up a spot. And on to number 1. He's going to be very excited about this, but it is Simba. He pulled off 2 moves, basically identical, but I think this is the better move on Tez. On board with Simba here in the Williams, in the wet, exactly the same place as we've just seen Adler overtake Pogs, but the wet makes it that much more difficult. And as you see, he's not quite side by side with him yet. Coming into the braking zone, he outbrakes Tez, goes around the outside. Tez is still on his inside and gets better traction and makes the move up past the AlphaTauri driver into P11. Absolute great car control there from Simba, keeping all 4 wheels on the track. Great driving there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to keep up to date with all the content that we make, and give this video a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And with that being said, until next time, we'll catch you later.